Hey guys, I'm so excited for this.
The Alaska Adventure Episode 2 features the Yukon Territory. We're taking off from Whitehorse to go play with local legend Matt, and unfortunately I had some microphone issues as well as this stupid Velcro in the 360 shot. I'll get those ironed out ASAP, I promise. So this episode features a ton of sick bluebird Yukon flying, water skipping, broken airplanes, and a lot of my bad landings. Enjoy!
Steve, does it make you nervous when I'm flying close to other planes?
Not yet. Don't make me though.
No, I won't. But I just wondered if I was like a squirrel and you're just biting your tongue.
Not at all, man. Welcome to the Great Alaska Adventure. We're not in Alaska yet. We're in the Yukon Territory out of Whitehorse, and our friend Matt is taking us around, guiding us around, and unfortunately, he had one of his cabines kind of break, and he had cables, so it kept everything intact. He landed gently, and we're sending a rescue mission to go grab some parts. Hopefully get it fixed and be airborne shortly, but this is some spectacular flying back here. The deal was we were going to push on to Anchorage this morning, but there was some fog and Tok. It was IFR, which is where we were going to cross, fuel up, and then continue on to Anchorage. But Matt convinced us to stay here, and I'm so glad he did. That wasn't really a hard sell, because the way he was talking about what they have back here. And the difference, from what I understand, is that, you know, in Alaska, there's just Super Cubs everywhere, whereas here, it's just not. So you don't have a lot of people flying around, and I'm just kind of breaking in the bogey in some serious backcountry areas. This is just a nice, big, long strip, so no challenge here, but we're going to get it fixed and get back to the flying. All right, this is what we're working with. I don't know Cub cabane gear at all, so clearly there's the bungees there, and then I think we're looking at that, and I think he also found a crack. Oh yeah, that one looks a little bit bent right here. So I think we're gonna replace both of those.
Not you guys, you stay up. Just stand down to me. We're in. Slowly down. Slowly, yeah. Back on our own leg. Yay! Ready to rip, eh?
Sketchy, but made it.
Attaboy.
So this is the Watson Strip. The
Nice. You like
Watson River right there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I don't know if that's anything to do with Watson Lake. It's probably too far away. Oh, got my blood pumping. I mean, this is nothing for these guys. So, and the worst thing for the bogey is that these bushes are high and my wings are so low. Luckily, they're clipped and not quite that long, but I'm sure I'm gonna have some Yukon rub on the on the bottom side, but that's all right.
Take me where your river flows. I wanna drive on your open road like the wilderness where we are born singing whoa.
So we went up a canyon that we were planning on. I was out in front, out climbing some folks, and they were uncomfortable with the climb gradient, so I'm just meeting them out here. Ryan and Joey are with me.
This is a big country. Yeah, no joke.
This is where I can't descend like these guys. Holy smoke! I like how there's still enough snow so you can kind of see the terrain, if you will. It just gives it some texture. Rad.
Holy mackerel, where are we going?
I think Switzerland.
Yeah, some things just never get old, man. It's a pretty beautiful country. It's unreal. This would be awesome with a float plane, huh? Yeah, I was just saying, I landed on that beach to my right there and parked, and me and my brother hiked up that canyon and went and sheep hunted up there last summer. That is awesome.
Traffic.
That's amazing.
You and me, let's fly away somewhere past the Milky Way. Maybe we'll return someday. Don't wake me up, don't wake me up. Riding on an endless wave, freight trains and aeroplanes. Maybe we'll return someday. Don't wake me up till we are home. Till we are home. Till we are home. Till we are home.
Trent is number 2, Steve is 3, Ryan's number X. He's the X factor, and Joey's behind me. We're all in a line except for Ryan off the right side.
I got it with you guys. Throwing down and sneaking in behind you. You got me, Joey. Oh, yeah, there you are. What are you doing over there, man? Dude, I'm on the exact opposite cycle as them. How is it over there? It's nice. Got some ups when they had some downs, got some downs when they had some ups. The ups and downs.
Important phone call to make. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've got a very important phone call to make.
All right. This is a cool place to call your first shore landing.
You guys good? I'm good.
Alright, Steve's gonna send it. Yeah, and then Steve's number 3. I turned before Ryan.
Yeah, I'm at 2,800 feet. That's 2.8, and we're gonna leave the north end of the beach here and kind of head straight across to the next point that's out, low level over the train track there, and then we'll bring it into the beach at Carcross. Yeah, ship looks good, guys. I'll just do a left-hand downwind here to the runway, and then I'll park at the apron.
Copy that. Steve's number 2, about a mile behind you on left downwind.
Roger. I'll try to land long and get off the apron right away.
There's no, I have plenty of space. Yeah, boys, looks like we're just kind of landing long and taking it to the end.
Yeah, the apron's here at the end here. I'm down and clear.
Alright, losing the headwind in the trees, so give us some power, transition, yeah, no big deal. I'm just gonna fly, taxi forever.
Had a little snack in Carcross. Kind of a little tourist town that takes care of the Skagway
stop on the cruise ships.
All about the journey.
It's in the Yukon. Skagway is just over the hill, which is Alaska, which is nice because I get my U.S. sectionals back on the Garmin. All right, we're taking off out of Carcross. So Trent's propeller seems to be seeping some oil or grease. I think it's probably oil. He called Hal Stockman, and we have a potential solution which involves some green Loctite, but we need to find some metric crow claws there for torquing it down. So when I moved to Alaska as a new lieutenant, new F-15 wingman, I hopped on the ferry with my truck and a couple other new wingmen and their wives, and in Bellingham, Washington, took the Alaska State Ferry up to Haines, and then drove, I think, north to Tok and then Elkin for a little way, and then back down to Anchorage. So, but I haven't been to Haines, and I think I was in Skagway on an Alaska cruise on, my grandparents' anniversary or something. Took us all on a Alaska cruise when I was 16 years old. So this is fun to be back up here, especially doing it this way.
'Cause my mother told me as a child, boy, don't play around with fire, 'cause you might just end up getting burned. And I know the wicked never rest, so I always try my best, but there's some lessons hard for me to learn.
Ryan hates to be on camera, so Trent's got a One Wheel sponsorship for a video, so he made everybody bring helmets. Did you bring a helmet? Oh, so we'll pick you up one. I don't want to crash into that, nor that. I'm gonna try to do this whole thing. Oh, I'm getting near an airplane. Famous airplane. We're not around. I haven't mastered the dismount yet. That looks a lot better.
I think you just said, hey, I think I broke a bungee, but when I hear breaking a bungee, it's like, I thought it was like splayed out or something. I didn't know where. You're like fucking dangling, dude. Like you're all struts. I'm on that, bro. Something there, bro.
I hadn't heard we decided to take advantage of the fact that Matt decided to, or offered to take us around and just show us the area. We're not in a hurry to get to Anchorage, so it was just an epic day. And Trent's working on a propeller oil seepage issue. It's getting kind of on his windscreen, so we're gonna try to seal that up and then spend the night here. One more night in Whitehorse before the final push to Alaska tomorrow. It sounds weird to say Alaska. This is amazing.